Yo, Joe, tell us about the Portland Trailblazers. What can you tell us about them?
I just think they're a playoff team.
Be detailed, bro. Tell us about them Blazers.
They're a playoff team that always loses in the playoffs, bro. Like, I was rooting for them this year, and they just...
Who do they got?
I love that they show up. And
what happened?
They got Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum, Carmelo Anthony, Robert Covington, Nurkic. Basically, they have a squad, bro, and they always have had a squad. It's just somehow they always get beat, you know. And
who's their flagship?
Their flagship?
Damian,
yeah.
So I heard a rumor about we
getting to that.
I want to talk about this all week.
Hey man, I'm slow walking. I'm slow walking. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? I'm strolling. Let me stroll. You feel what I'm saying?
Too much. Okay.
Hey, Joe.
What's up?
Tell me some things about Damian Lillard. What is his position in the league?
He's a top 5 point guard in the league, and he is cold. And he raps on the side a little bit. He spits, you know.
Yeah, he really do.
But he's a sniper. He's a shooter. He could get to the rim. He could pass the ball. He could do a lot of things. And he just needs to be treated better by his team. That's just what it is.
Would you say Damian Lillard is all-time great?
All-time great? Yeah.
All-time great.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Definitely,
he's a superstar.
Definitely, though.
I agree. He's one of the greatest point guards. Yeah. He's a top 10 all-time point guard.
Okay.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
I cannot think of 10 point guards that are better than Damian Lillard. He might be 8. Ever.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
All right. So, does he have the authority to build a team?
See, I'm not sure about that. I think he should have the authority, but I'm not sure if he has the authority because he's so humble. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't come off. He comes off as a player that's just that's happy to be on the team, and that'll cut for his team and bleed for his team and do whatever it takes. Like, he doesn't come off as a player that wants to choose the coach. He just goes with it. He just goes with the program and tries his best in his position, within his position. So I don't know if he's gonna, you know.
I hear you. What you think?
I think new players are going to be doing that more often. I think it comes from an old world where maybe you don't do that shit. He thinks, I'm just here, I'm going to play the fucking game and make it right. But I've seen him on where, like, his whole team is just... I saw this one where he was, like, just flying down, and there was an alley-oop in a way that I just thought was, like, he just so happened to be just, like, right there to slam it the fuck in a way I've never seen anybody just on. And I was just like, I can't believe he did that on purpose. Like, Jesse's like, dude, I can't, like, he was just so in it that it was just there. But not even that they, like, planned that. It was just so happened that, like, the energy, I've never seen somebody so on. And it was I either wanted Lakers or like, Portland last year to win.
Yeah.
And it was just a bummer when they lost, but it was, you know what I mean? But, like, I never seen somebody play it so much heart. I really would love to see somebody be like, maybe it's not Damian, but maybe somebody else know, like, you got to be in here, right here with this squad. We're going to fucking make you great and set you up the way you've never been set up before.
Yeah.
Because he gets there in the clouds and just nobody's there to pass it to him the right way. It just, sometimes you just see it, it's just like, they're not, he's in there like playing violin and some symphony, and everybody else is just playing like fucking folk music or something. You know, like, it's just like shit.
Fucking Casios.
Yeah, it's like, what are they doing? Yeah, it's like they're Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
No, like,
I mean, it just,
this is my opinion of Damian Lillard. Every time the Portland Trailblazers lose, I feel like it's everybody's fault but his.
Yeah.
Literally. I've never looked at a Portland Trailblazers loss and been like, fucking Dame. It's always been everybody else's fault.
He doesn't get hurt either, apparently.
He is amazing, and everybody just keeps letting him down. It is so disappointing. And the fact that it keeps happening to him is heartbreaking because he seems so loyal to motherfuckers that don't love him like he loves them, apparently. It's like, this is going to sound fucked up, but walk with me. You ever see a dog with a bad owner?
I've seen vacant owners. I've seen abuse. Yeah.
I feel you, bro.
I don't mean to call him
though.
a dog, nor do I mean to imply that someone owns him.
I know what you mean.
But,
Get the analogy.
Or the dogs to be owned?
huh?
No, never mind.
He is loyal to a fault. He's loyal to people that keep letting him down and abusing his time and his prime.
Right, in his prime. That's very important. You, as a point guard in the league, you only got so many years of your best, you know? So it's just like, bro. I mean, if he ever wanted to go to another team, we will understand. Like, it's
I
not
wish he
about you
would.
being loyal.
I
It's
just
about
want him to
you
win.
wanting to be a winner.
I just
And
want
I
him
know
to
he's
win.
a winner. He's a winner, bro. He's not a loser. It's just they always losing. You know what I'm
Always
saying?
losing.
Yep.
You can tell who the
So-
winners are.
So,
Some whispers.
Portland Trailblazers fired their coach after this most recent playoff loss. Terry Stotts. They fired him. Should have. But he finally did. And they sought out a new coach. They went on a search. They searched like everybody else that is at wit's end looking for a coach. They interviewed basically the same candidates as everybody else. Everybody is interviewing the same, probably like 13 to 15 people for all of the head coaching jobs that are available between the Celtics, which is now filled, Blazers, which is now filled, the Pelicans, the Bucks was a position that people thought was going to be available, and it still might be. We'll see. Etc. People were interviewing people like Ime Udoka, Chauncey Billups, Becky Hammond. All these people were going through different interviewing processes. And because Damian Lillard is the franchise player of the Portland Trailblazers and they want to make him happy so that he does not leave or outwardly request a trade, being that he is one of the most popular players in the entire league. They asked him, who do you want? He said, I want Jason Kidd. And Jason Kidd was like, no. Jason Kidd is now in Dallas.
Why, yo? Why would you want to go to Dallas?
Because Jason Kidd is one of the greatest players ever. And so he probably feels... and so he probably feels as though he can connect to Luka Doncic in a more tangible way.
You think Luka gonna stay there too? Like Luka went out of there.
I think Luka.
David
I think that Dallas is gonna like do everything that Luka Doncic wants. I think if Luka Doncic says like I want my dick double sucked, they're gonna double suck his dick. I really believe that.
Okay.
Like double top. Just gonna do double top, bro.
Like machines involved and stuff.
Straight up.
Okay.
Dallas going.
So back to Portland. So They interviewed several people. Damian Lillard said, I want Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd got another job. And then the rumor is Damian Lillard said, I'm cool with Chauncey Billups. They hired Chauncey Billups.
Okay.
Apparently, and this is something I did not know about until the story broke within the last week, Chauncey Billups was accused of a rape in 1997. Can you pull up those allegations, please?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have them here.
So, can you read what those allegations were?
Let's see.
You need a moment? You got it.
Oh, yeah. So during his introduction press conference on Tuesday, both Billups and Trailblazers general manager Neil Olshey were asked about the events in 1997. Olshey told reporters that the team took the allegations very seriously and with the gravity they deserved. He added that they put together their own investigation, which corroborated with what Chauncey told us, that nothing non-consensual occurred. That's all I have. I don't think it was actually like litigated. I don't think it was actually
Pull up
found.
what the actual allegations were, and I will talk about it a little bit. So, the allegations were during Chauncey Billups' rookie year when he was a Boston Celtic. Him and his teammates went to a club with a girl that had a relationship with one of the other players. I believe it was Antoine Walker. They all got faded. They went back to someone's home. They said she was giving oral sex in the car. They got to a destination, and she says she blacked out. When she woke up, there was used condoms all over the place, and she was feeling really violated. She went to a police station, had a rape kit performed. They found bruising, rug burns, all kinds of shit that basically corroborated her story about being violated. And her story was that she was basically like raped by like 3 niggas. That's the story. And one of those people was allegedly Chauncey Billups in 1997. Wow. So, he denied that it was non-consensual. He ended up settling out of court. And I hadn't heard about it until the last like week and a half.
Wow.
So was it just something that was like hidden, or like nobody had checked until recently? I was like, hey, wait a minute.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't think they ever got solid evidence from what I'm reading. But
What you got?
So a nurse at the Boston Medical Center had telephoned the Waltham PD and reported that a rape victim had come in the previous night. And they did a whole like rape kit examination revealing injuries to her like throat, cervix, rectum, like along with bruising on her back. And she specifically said that it took place in the Waltham luxury condominium belonging specifically to Boston Celtics superstar Antoine Walker. And she had accused Walker's teammates Ron Mercer and Chauncey Billups along with Walker's roommate of raping her. But
Bingo.
I guess you said he settled out of court?
He settled out of court. This is during his rookie year.
Yeah, that sounds real. If you couldn't just have somebody else to just say you were somewhere else easily during that night, then man, it sounds guilty as hell. And the fact that you, but what do you think?
So
what do you think
they
if
attest.
if they,
guilty of blackmail.
They attest.
yeah, that's the thing is if he wasn't guilty, like,
Chauncey Billups
was he
and
really
Ron
innocent if he's
Mercer
not-
attest that they did not go to Antoine Walker's apartment complex that night. They say that they went to Chauncey Billups' crib, and that
there's no cell phones
she
to prove it or anything.
provided. Right, it's 1997.
Yeah, it's so.
They said that there was head in the car, and everything was consensual. And they deny that they raped her. They don't deny that she was raped. They deny that they raped her. Mercer and Billups deny that they raped her.
Okay.
I don't know about Mercer. I do know Billups settled out of court. And we haven't heard anything about it. And even her name is not public.
Okay, so then, what do you think that should have weight on if somebody is a coach now? Then,
Good question.
if nobody, I mean, just because somebody's not found guilty, it doesn't mean they're not necessarily
That
guilty,
is the question.
and doesn't mean that their
What do you
claim is
think?
valid. But, well, I mean, if she's not public, I don't know if it's that she's concerned now or if maybe there is. I don't know. It depends.
Also,
a silent victim is still a victim.
Let's not
A silent victim is still a victim.
let's not say that she is the person that is bringing this
No, I'm sure.
to light. She is not the person.
No, I'm sure. You said you don't know who it is.
More
So then,
like, I feel like it's more like people with power that doesn't want Chauncey to get a position.
yeah, that's what it sounds like. It's
Yeah,
not
I feel
her.
like it's more people in power that don't want Chauncey in a position that other coaches could potentially be in. You know?
Why?
It beats me, man.
Well, if it's not her personally, not that it needs to be, not that you have to put her name on it, but to say that the victim had come forward recently to say this is fucked up. She doesn't have to be, you know what I mean? I guess I'm wondering, should there have to be the victim or just a thing where here's something that happened, here's a scandal. Here's a scandal. So we don't know if the person's like, I got paid, maybe it really wasn't that big of a deal, I'm fine. But if, I don't know, but it doesn't mean that it wasn't bad or wasn't, it just, there isn't a conviction and there's no apparent victim, like, but I would still say, you know, it's just because the victim's silent doesn't mean there's not a victim. You know what? So I get that there's a thing there, but should it ruin their career now if the person isn't coming forward? Not that they need to put their name down. I just think it does feel very much like we swat somebody as a hater to like somebody that's coming up, bam, hit him down out of some ghostly arm of whatever. You know, like why him now?
So, I think that we live in a unique time right now where until relatively recently, it was okay to do certain horrendous things, or at least not as socially frowned upon. And because certain things were not as socially frowned upon, people got away with really horrendous shit. And because now those things are socially unacceptable, we are seeing a litany of instances come to the light, even if it is long after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
Dave
think-
Chappelle talks about it a lot.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah, but
dudes coming forward. Hey, nigga, you touched a titty in '95. You remember when he said?
well,
that?
also you could also say like, "Hey, nigga, you
Al
burned
Franken.
you burned down a whole black town in Tulsa
Mm-hmm.
in 1921." Like,
you could.
motherfuckers didn't even
I'm
realize
from
that
Tulsa.
that was a thing until people realized that, oh shit, racism was wrong.
Well, the thing that was fucked up with that was that the big thing about it. Well, I mean, first the act, but secondly, I was from Tulsa. I didn't hear about that shit till I moved. I was
Yeah,
there for
they teach
18
that in,
years.
like-
Now they teach it, and they're very up. There's like I went downtown recently. I was there, and they have a whole district and all this stuff. But at the time, it wasn't even brought up. It was just like something happened in an elevator and such. I looked later, it was like there's like bombs and cut.
Also,
people,
they used to call it
it's
the
only-
Tulsa
it's-
Race Riot instead of
Yeah.
like
Yes.
the Tulsa
And
Race
do you know-
Massacre.
Massacre.
But you know,
Yeah.
specific,
They
hey, but
kept that shit under wraps.
specifically, they used riots because it was a way to renege on insurance claims.
Yeah.
Because they were not insured for riots. So they were a way to just totally destroy wealth. Just say you lost your fucking business, you lost your house, go fuck
It was
yourself.
because of a riot.
Yeah, it was a riot. You wasn't covered.
I think that it is that. I think that we're seeing a time period where people are uniquely in a position to speak about the trauma that they've endured in a way that people will actually listen to them. And in a way that it will actually spread. And in 1997, I don't think that was possible in the same way that it is now. I don't know that Chauncey Billups is guilty, but I do know that women falsely reporting rape is a very rare thing.
No, it's like less than 10%.
It's rare.
If
I
it,
doubt that. When it
No,
comes
it's
to
so
like,
rare.
it is very
when
rare.
it comes to like
And if it-
athletes, like they got money, I think it's like a big thing.
Okay,
But-
that might change.
Hell yeah, that's what I think.
Well,
Cause
Alright.
you know they got that scandal with old boy, the quarterback that was in Houston.
No, I
Wait,
get what you're
but- okay,
saying,
okay,
and yes, it does happen, right?
I
So
know,
what I'm saying,
I know
Avery,
women
To
don't
that,
want to hear
to that,
this
I
right
would
now,
say. To that, I
but-
would say, rape isn't a sue crime, really.
yeah.
If we're talking about extortion, I bet mad athletes are getting extorted all the time.
Yeah.
Sure.
But that can be extortion, though. You know,
Not if it's a charge, bro. Like if somebody accuses you of rape, you don't just pay them. You go to prison. Like that's different.
yeah,
That's a very different thing.
I think it's like it's a setup,
Nah, I
bro.
do get
Like,
Chauncey
you think
Billups
Kobe raped
settled.
somebody too? You think Kobe raped that girl that they say he raped?
I don't think he raped her, but
I
do
think that's more
settle?
of like
I do
blackmail
think-
type stuff, you know?
I do think that consent is a fluid thing. And if I'm going back to the Kobe case, I'm sorry. I know he died. R.I.P.
Doesn't change what.
Rest in peace.
Rest
Rest
in
in
peace.
peace.
Rest in peace doesn't change.
But
what-
check this out, right? Let's say you're having sex with a girl, y'all agreed on mouth and pussy, and you put it in her ass, and she didn't agree to you putting it in her ass. That's a rape.
What?
No,
Not that I
it
would
is.
ever want to do that.
I'm just
but
saying, bro.
That's
I'm
stupid.
just saying. That is a rape. That's
That's
a rape.
stupid, though.
If she didn't agree to you putting it in her butt and y'all were already having sex.
That's
Now
stupid.
I'm not saying just the slip in is a rape, but if you like start going
You
for it,
don't slip
and then
in.
she's
they
like,
will sound an alarm if something happens in that
off, it
area.
depends
can't
on
slip
it
in
depends
a-
on the
I'm
girl,
saying-
You
bro.
can't slip
I'm
in a
just saying.
Depends on
butthole.
the
First
girl.
off, you
It
can't
depends
just
on the girl.
oops.
If
You
if-
can't just
girl.
oops.
Depends on the girl.
Wait, what?
But
And-
even then,
wait,
even
wait,
then,
wait,
if she could stop you, bro, like
She might, or she might try,
don't
Or-
hit me up later talking
or-
about you rape me, like
or
that's crazy.
she might say, "I didn't feel comfortable saying no
at the time.
at the time."
I think that's on the woman though.
man, that's a
I think
that's
messed
a
up.
that's a it's a
I think a woman, if she a grown ass woman, she should
Tricky.
tell a man to get the fuck off of her. That don't make sense. Like
we're talking about something that happened in 1997 and comeuppance perhaps happening now, right? Consider this. We have a whole generation of kids that grew up with like Pornhub. Right?
You don't have to pay for porn anymore.
They don't have
It's
to
a
pay
whole
for
change.
porn anymore. They might have a completely different altered idea of what consent is.
Yeah.
And if you really think about what sexual education is in schools, now I haven't been to school in a long time, but I don't know how much consent is focused on. Consent is a really important part of it. And it's not like we have always had this idea.
The most important part of it, actually.
We have not always had this
They
idea.
didn't focus. Well, for me, it was most focused on like abstinence
I feel
and
you.
like literally nothing
In
about
Christian
consent.
counties and
Literally
shit.
nothing about consent.
But
Tulsa, Oklahoma. Shout
But
out
really,
Tulsa,
really
Oklahoma.
think about this.
They wrong.
It is
They
a
gonna bomb
relatively
niggas and then talk about
recent.
abstinence.
No, they're the high. They're like the teen. Oklahoma has the highest team. Oklahoma has the highest teen pregnancy in the nation, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Here, look it up. Look it up. Look it up.
I'm sure New Mexico's not far behind it.
Yeah, I think it's like Oklahoma, New Mexico. I really do think it's like one or
Yeah.
But it's a relatively recent like idea
yeah.
that consent is even important. Like there are cartoons where Pepe Le Pew is a fucking sexual assaulting ass rapist.
I watched two different
Right?
Harrison Ford movies where like he was definitely very pushy about weird stuff with women, like
Very.
it happens in a couple Star Wars. It happened in
You know what I'm talking about.
in Blade Runner or Running Man. Or Blade
Shit
Runner,
was
like-
different.
Wait, would you say teen
relatively
Yeah.
recently. Shit was
Yeah.
very different.
Okay,
relatively.
well then how do you judge?
Fucking
so then
Revenge
how
of the
do you-
Nerds. Revenge of the Nerds.
Ooh.
It's a rape.
New Mexico is 4th. Oklahoma.
Motherfucking Back to the Future. Back to the Future.
Yeah, they just knock her out. In the
Biff
second
was
one.
about to rape Marty's mom, and that movie was like PG.
Yeah, and all those people stood by and watched because they basically. Jumped.
Everybody watched. They're like, "Oh shit, that's a rape," and they were fine with it. Nobody tried to stop it.
They're right there. Yeah. Well,
sick.
and they
That's
drug
sick.
her in the second movie. She was basically drugged the entire second movie.
This is
They
a
like
That's sick.
they like literally knock her out with some future technology. Like boom, hit her with
That's
the hit her with the roofie cannon.
But I'm just coming from a perspective like I'm not cool with rape at all. Like that's weird, bro.
it'd be a crazy.
I'm
thing
talking
to be cool
about
with, right?
there's a ratio when it comes to athletes and women.
Yeah.
You know, women saying
I
they
get what
got
you're
raped.
saying.
Like it's
I get what
crazy,
you're
bro.
saying.
I'm just saying it's ridiculous.
But I still say I would rather just start from the point of believing and just sort of seeing what's up. But then in certain situations, they were like, well, they weren't even near the same place, and it was basically easy to fall apart.
I'm not saying.
But you
it
start
doesn't
off by, like,
happen.
trusting.
I'm saying
You know
that
what I
it
mean?
is not.
yeah, I know. I feel you.
I'm saying that it is not close
Like-
to the norm.
yeah.
I'm also not condemning Chauncey Billups. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
Chauncey Billups is a rapist. I'm not saying that.
Oh yeah.
I am saying that these are some tough to ignore allegations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they sound bad.
They sound
So what would
awful.
you do
Sound
as,
real
as
bad.
general manager? What would you do front
Shoot.
of house? What's the front of house? What is the fucking?
I'll be honest with you.
Is it nah? It's too problematic. Disney wouldn't fuck with them. You know Disney wouldn't fuck with them.
My honest opinion is,
You're
sorry, have
yeah,
it.
go.
My
Fuck me
honest
too.
opinion is, I don't think I could hire him.
Yeah, you're pushed into it. You're pushed into like you're forced to not hire him
You
because
wouldn't.
then you look like somebody who supports that type
Right.
of behavior. Like
You look like
no,
you're
that's
fine
not-
with it.
Yeah,
And I don't think I could do it.
No,
I think I
Yep.
could not hire him.
it sounds
If
too
I'm
problematic.
being honest.
it is. That's too much. And they sound really bad. Like the allegation,
sound awful.
it sounds like
I don't
he
know anything
did it.
about 'em, but-
I'm not saying he did it, but it sounds
It
like
sounds
he,
bad.
It sounds bad.
It
bro.
sounds bad.
So
It's like you wouldn't hire no O.J. Simpson, would you?
No, I think he did that though.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if it,
I'm not. No, wait. I'm not saying I don't think or that I think Chauncey Billups did it. I don't know, but I think OJ killed those people. I really do believe
I'm
that.
sorry,
Now, Damian Lillard has been crucified on the internet and in local media because of his endorsement of Chauncey Billups prior to these allegations becoming widespread.
Okay. So are they mad that he didn't just like outright revoke him?
I would also like to say Damian Lillard has not made any public statements on the record
Since.
regarding this, except for him saying, "I didn't know about these allegations." And can you pull up his statement?
Damian Lillard.
Damian Lillard's statement regarding Chauncey Billups.
Allegation.
But he hasn't made any statements before or after other than him saying that he didn't know. But people are definitely on his ass about it because
So you better
of
know.
the fact that he is the franchise player and everybody is assuming that he was consulted in the hiring. And the question is, did you do your due diligence
To
before
vet him.
co-signing this person? And my assumption is, why would he? I wouldn't have.
But
You
he
know what
should.
I mean?
But he should have. That's interesting. Can a player influence the management? Yes.
This is why I asked that
with
question.
great, what is it? With
Great
with,
power comes great responsibility.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Spider-Man.
yeah,
That's Uncle
motherfucker.
Ben. Shout out to
Yeah.
Uncle Ben. You
But-
feel?
My take
No,
on
you
it.
should have covered that
My
shit.
take on
You
it
should
is
know that
if
shit.
if like, let's say you're a fan of Dame. If you know what Dame is about, then you know that it's not intentional for him to do that. But if you're just somebody on the outside looking in, then I understand. Like, so I mean, it's Chauncey Billups, bro. That's what he's going off of. It's Chauncey Billups. Let's hire Chauncey Billups. That's a great basketball mind.
This
He's
is
not,
what I think.
He wasn't
yeah.
thinking about no.
That's Mr. Big Shot. He has a nickname. In his,
Exactly. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's not thinking
Yeah.
about no allegations. Like,
I wouldn't even think to look these things up. Like I said, I didn't even know it was a thing until maybe a week and a half ago.
yeah, it's crazy, man.
That is insane.